everybody, HereticPlus here, and I don't know how this is going to work, but I've decided, since I've been playing a little bit of WoW, I want to build a server dynasty of heroes to use when Legion comes out, which I will be playing. I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to play a character on channel. So I've got Strongclaw here, who is a Guardian Druid I'm playing on right now with one of my friends. I've got Morbidoc, who is an undead mage, who I'm kind of soloing playing. And then I'm going to create a character on the Horde side, who I can play for this channel, and he will progress solely in footage for this channel. I'm not too concerned about having different roles covered. For example, the mage can do DPS only, the druid can do everything if he wants to, but only one at a time. And I do plan on, I'd like to have a character at level 100 of every class. That almost certainly will not happen before Legion comes out, but it would be cool to have that eventually, so I'm not too concerned about that. I currently have an undead and a tauren that does not rule out either of them for the character I play. I'm really not feeling starting as a blood elf. I don't like their starting zone very much. A goblin could be fun, but I definitely tend to prefer the more heroic classes. I could do a rogue in this case. I'm finding that I'm particularly enjoying ranged classes more, particularly because in a dungeon and raid environment, they just seem a lot easier than going melee, and it's nice to not have to worry about that. I could just go for an orc shaman, and that could work just fine. I could go for a warlock, and I particularly like destruction, which I guess is now a little bit better indirectly because demonology locks got nerfed. Another option, I already have a mage. I don't really want to do a hunter. I have a level 60-something hunter on a different server. Rogue. You know what? I'm kind of feeling going shaman. I also have a lot of the heirloom shaman pieces, so that would help us out a lot. The question is, do I want to go orc? Do I want to go tauren? Do I want to go troll? Or goblin? I'm not feeling goblin. Oh, Pandarans could be shamans as well. I'm also not really feeling a Pandaren. It's kind of, for me, between troll, tauren, and orc. I already do have a tauren on the server. I suppose a troll would not be too bad, but I'm kind of leaning towards doing just a traditional orc. However, the taurens do look really good with their new models. I'm going to go ahead and create an orc, however. We're going to jump into that. So for our face, skin color first. I want to go for kind of a traditional green. Honestly, I think that the normal green is pretty good. This is almost too bright, in my opinion, but I'm going to go for this color. For face, I'm going to go for elemental, because I think that's pretty cool. We're going to go for this one, the default. We're so boring. We're like the most boring person ever. Hair. Honestly, I do like the mohawk quite a bit. I don't like the ones that kind of give us male pattern baldness. We're gonna go for the mohawk. Hair color. Do like a purple, maybe. The gray, though, kind of looks sweet. Not the white. I think the gray is too much. The gray might be cool. And beard. We should have a beard, I think. There aren't a lot of fantastic choices, though, really. I want just like a traditional beard, but this is kind of, I guess, as close as it gets. I could go for this one, or this one. We'll go for this one because it has stubble. And hair color, I'm going to drop that back down to brown. I think the brown looked pretty good, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. So what is our name going to be? I'm definitely a person who in games like this, I like to name myself in sort of like serious genre names. So in this case, our name is going to be Golbash. And it's not taken. Creativity is not too hard to come by for finding names if you actually think within the genre. Really, you can just combine different, I guess, syllables into new words, and that's all you have to do. Okay. So I'm gonna readjust the webcam here real quick. Be right. Hi, unfortunately I did skip through the opening. Not really cinematic, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. I think most people have seen it already, and we can kind of jump into playing. So for starters, I know a lot of you, if you're following along, might not have these, but I do have at least the level 60 heirlooms. I think I have one item wrong. I think I have the wrong necklace. But I am going to go ahead and craft up my Shaman heirloom gear, which is going to greatly speed up how quickly we're able to level. Take the hammer as well. We could go for the staff, but I think the hammer is a better choice since we have the option of using shields and such. And yes, I think the one I'm supposed to go for gives me haste rather than spirit, but it's not that big a difference, at least not at this point in the game. We can go ahead and equip up and immediately become a level 1 badass, as opposed to all of these noobs out here. We actually are pretty cool. We about triple our health. Our spell damage goes about double, I think, from what it would be otherwise. Do we have any abilities to throw on? Blood Fury is pretty good. It increases spell power and melee attack power. 15 seconds by 4. That's kind of neat. It's already on our bar, though. Let's go ahead and hop in. Finally you are of age, Golbash, of age to battle in the name of the Horde, to conquer for the glory of the War Chief. Yes. Kaltunk looks you over. You will do nicely. No doubt you wish to find a great dragon or demon and strangle it with your bare hands. But perhaps it would be wise to start on something less dangerous. Report to Gornek. He should be able to assign a better task suited to a young shaman. You will find him seated at this fire behind me. We will do that. Like I said, I'm going for an elemental shaman. I'm really liking the ranged, particularly the ranged mage classes these days. Another one of Kaltunk's recruits, A sorry state of affairs we find ourselves in if this is the best the Horde can produce. No matter. By the time we think you are ready to leave the valley, you'll be a proud warrior of the Horde. Particularly because I think that some of the best classes in WoW utilize, mail and plate. But I'm also really liking the playstyle of ranged classes, so I'm finding that the Shaman, who can do melee as well as offensive spellcasting, that works pretty well for me. I really like it, though I would like to make a Paladin healer. The first order of business will be to put a little strength in your backbone. I could send you out to the Barrens to hunt Kodo, but, well, in all honesty, you're more useful to us alive than dead. I believe you'll be of more use to us slaughtering the boars you'll find in the farms to the north and northeast of here. That is fine with me. I do enjoy the state of being alive. So we're going to go take care of that, I think. Golbash, the shaman. We do kind of sound like a Pokemon, but that's okay. That is perfectly alright. Because Pokemon are awesome. So here we just have to kill 6 of them. This is one of those stereotypical MMO quests, but we do look pretty sweet. We do a good deal of damage. I've always been more a fan kind of the very traditional RPG games, particularly MMO ones, because I grew up playing them, and so for me there's like a huge, activation of nostalgia that kicks in that makes me really appreciate the genre and the sort of playstyle that it makes you have. Okay, nice. There are all 6 of the kills we need. I'm aiming for about 20-minute segments, which would become more or less depending on what we're doing. Am I going to be primarily questing or dungeoning? I'm going to be primarily questing, I think. There are a lot of areas that I have not experienced since Cataclysm, on the Horde side at least. I would like to see them. That is not to say, however, that we will not do a couple of instances. Not bad, Golbash, but don't let it get to your head. You'll fight tougher than boars in your career. Nonetheless, you've proven yourself well, and your next trial will be against a considerably more dangerous opponent, so you'll need some extra protection. You're not just another grunt. You seem to be a serious shaman. Good, because that's exactly what I need. Try not to let the word out, since I don't want to cause a panic, but there have been reports of more humans nearby. This is an egregious betrayal of the peace that we have negotiated with that miserable Jaina Proudmoore. We cannot allow humans here in Dorotar, and especially not here in the valley. You will find them to the south. Slay them quickly, before their numbers increase any more. So unfortunately, most of the pieces of equipment that we're going to find are not going to be better than the heirloom pieces we have. I will hopefully be upgrading them all once I approach level 60, so that they can continue to buff us up to 90 and beyond. But at least till 60 at this point, any of the pieces of gear that we already have an heirloom for, we're not going to find a better piece of gear. And even if we did, the fact that we get bonus EXP gain from every piece of them is going to make it way more worth it. So we got... I did not read those quests. I'm going to try and read most of the quests. I'm not going to stop if I miss one, but... You know, I do think that one of the... You will be... I did it again. You will be the conduit in which our ancestors communicate. You will have the power of the elements at your beck and call. Sundering your enemies will be a child's play. Healing your allies as easy as breathing. But not yet. First you train. As you grow in power by gaining levels, you will discover the power to use new abilities. The first you will discover on your journey is Primal Strike. Use it to deliver a strike with your weapon infused with the power of the elements. It is time to learn and master your new skill. Practice using it on the training dummies outside of the den. Okay. So as I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying actually, so never mind. Oh, Primal Strike. We don't have that yet. We have to hit level 3 first. I wish they wouldn't give us that quest until we learned the spell. So we gotta kill a few of these guys, Northwatch scouts who are encroaching on our lands, spying on us at the Valley of Trials. Taking them down, making them bleed with lightning. Alright. I will say the game volume has been quite low. I'm going to see if I can't knock that up some. I don't know why it's been... That would explain why it's been so low. I've had it turned down virtually all the way. I think because I was on... I was on Skype while watching Netflix, while playing last night. So... You know, there are reasons why it's turned low. We have now learned Primal Strike, however. I'm going to go ahead and turn on our extra... I'm going to turn on Auto Loot as well as a lot of our extra skill bars. I usually don't turn in the second right bar just because I don't like how it pushes the quests over to the center of the screen. One more, and we will have killed all of the Northwatch scouts that we need to. There is one we could loot over there, but I'm not too concerned about what we would find. The best thing we could find at this point would be bags, I suppose. So Primal Strike is simply an instant cast melee attack, which actually surprisingly uses mana. Which is kind of odd, I guess, but it makes sense since we're imbuing it with the elements. Okay, returning back to Gornek. Quest completed.
What do you need?
Executed with quickness and discretion. A job well done. I must send you back into the fields again, Shaman. You will find large numbers of scorpions northwest of here. Bring me 8 of their tails. The antidote for their sting is exactly made from venom extracted from their stingers. We keep large quantities of antidote for scorpion venom on hand to heal young bloods just like you. But I'm sure you won't be needing any of that, will you?
Go forth to victory.
No, of course not. We're not going to need that. We're awesome. We will practice Primal Strike, however. So yeah, it actually looks just like a normal weapon attack. Unfortunately. But, that's alright.
I can't cast that yet.
Okay, there we go. That'll be enough to finish our quest.
Greetings.
Very well. Now that you know how to speak with the elements, we will test your bond with them.
Go with honor.
Only we're not going to, because there are much fewer class quests in the new versions of the game than there used to be. It's true. It's a thing.
What do you need?
Foreman Thazril. Hello.
Thrall Hall.
Cursed peons. They work hard gathering lumber from the trees of the valley, but they're always taking naps. I need someone to help keep the peons in line. You look like the right orc for the task. Here, you take this blackjack and use it on any lazy peons you find sleeping on the job. A good smack will get them right back to work. Return the blackjack when you are done. Look for them underneath the trees in the valley. Lousy
May
slack
your
peons.
blades never dull.
Okay. So we can also gather some cactus apples for a quest I did not read. We basically have to gather 6 cactus apples. He'll make his special cactus apple surprise, which we will deliciously gobble down. No, that is not a euphemism.
It's too far away.
Okay, almost done here. We're also making our way towards the scorpids. And we do have to keep an eye out to take a swing at any lazy workers that we find. Peons, as the game calls them. That's the final apple that we need. But we can start taking a stab at these scorpids. There we go. Did turn down the game volume a little bit more, I think. Okay, yeah, we kill everything fairly quickly. I'm really pleased by how short the cast on Lightning Bolt actually is. From playing my Undead Mage lately, you know, the spells are at least a third longer, and the more powerful ones are, you know, a lot longer. So it's nice to be able to get in attacks before things die. I'm primarily instancing on both of my other WoW characters right now. I'm finding that when I'm in an instance, especially at the lower levels, when everybody, including me, has heirlooms, everything that we fight dies before I can even cast a spell, just because my spell timers take so long to go off. And that's a little bit annoying. You know, I have all of this awesome arcane power for my level, and I can't utilize it because everything dies too soon for me to really ever unload my rotation. Okay, goodbye. Almost done with these quests here. Hello, Hanazua. Shaman, I thought I would die out here with none to know of it. While I was hunting the scorpions of the valley, I came across a particularly vicious-looking one. Hurling myself at it, I managed to inflict a massive blow to the claw before it closed around my leg. I wasn't ready for its stinger, though, and it sliced down and into my chest, cutting into my flesh and letting my blood. Please, you must kill the scorpion for me. My honor must be upheld. I fought it up on the plateau to the south. Okay. I really enjoy seeing how a lot of these quests have virtually remained intact since vanilla WoW. Way back when, 11 years ago at this point, which is awesome to think that this game has had a, to some degree, active player base for 11 years. Nothing quite approaching EverQuest. I think I saw an advertisement that they were releasing their 22nd expansion, which is awesome and ridiculous at the same time. Okay, we do look pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that. We could use some boots, though. Ah, my father always said I would never amount to much, and here, lying beneath a tree as life slips away, I'm afraid it looks as if he was right. At least, I wish to die knowing that my enemy in life lays dead. My blow was not enough to kill him, but looking at the damage I inflicted gives me some small measure of pride. That small measure will be all I have to sustain myself if I die, and in that light, the short lists of my life's accomplishments fills me with anger. Seeing the deed you have done for me steals my heart. I cannot fall so easily, I must endure. But it remains that I cannot make the trek back to our settlement unassisted. Please, Golbash, return and tell Gornek of my situation. Perhaps he can help me. I'm gonna bet he can. We really need to be bashing peons. Sleeping under trees. I'm gonna go grab a few of those before we call it a day for the episode.
Okay.
That's one.
Be busy. Leave me alone. Okie dokie.
Two. Oogie doogie. It is a little bit nice just for pace's sake that in most of the starting zones, none of the enemies aggro on
I
sight.
can do that.
I'm pretty sure they might in the Worgen zone, since that's actually considered to be a war zone, but most of them will not attack you. Unless you attack them, no matter how close you are. Oh, he's not sleeping. Huh. Beat him anyway. Hit him anyway. Which is, you know, a little bit unrealistic, but it's also nice. I mean, there's plenty of time in the remainder of the game to have aggroable enemies, and you know, once you've done the starting zones a few times, once you start them, you just kind of want to get out as soon as possible, and this really helps speed that along.
Okay.
Okay. Just about done. In fact, I'm just gonna Hearthstone back to the valley. Simply because that should be the end of this particular installment. We'll have grown about 5 levels, which sounds pretty good to me for the first episode.
Strength.
Hello, Gornek. The carapace of a scorpid isn't so thick that the strength of a determined warrior will be deterred. Strike strongly and without doubt, and the scorpid should prove easy prey. Okay, nice. I'm not gonna read all these, I don't feel like it.
For the Horde. McGraw.
Turning this into,
Go
here you
for
go.
victory.
Nocta.
I trust the Valley of Trials will teach you much, young shaman. Ooh, boots. I was sent to the valley to guide you, but I have discovered a growing taint here. One of the Burning Blade, a foul, demon-worshipping cult, has made camp here in the Valley of Trials. He skulks in a cave to the north, and his vile familiars have spilled from its mouth to cause havoc. As your first task against the Burning Blade, I bid you defeat these familiars, slay many, and, if you survive, return to me.
Go with honor.
Alright, nice. Hopefully we'll reach level 5 before I sign out.
Loktar.
There we go. Level 5. Unfortunately, we do not learn a new ability until level, wow, 7. Healing Surge, which is a pretty powerful healing ability. I'm pretty happy about that, I suppose. Not that we'll need it anytime soon. We have more health than most warriors of this level, assuming that they're not heirloomed.
Okie dokie.
But I don't think there's anything here for us really to equip. And in that case, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to be playing this at a decent rate as I go. Only doing 20-minute episodes, unless there's a specific reason why not. I think it'll be a pretty chill series to do, and it will also give me another outlet to get another character up, so I can kind of level 3 characters at once and get there so much faster. So, thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.